Felix here. We need to talk. The market has entirely shifted. Look at just two indicators here. The US dollar down 3% since Friday, falling again today. The US 2-year yields, which is sort of the bond market's way of predicting what the Fed's going to do, has come down 7% over the last 3 or 4 trading days. That's a whopping decline. And it's the bond market telling us that the Fed is going to cut rates. Yes, they're calling the bluff. Why would they do that? Because they're about to break something. And if you look at the US 02Y chart, go into go to tradingview.com, US 02Y. And every time we peak and then we come down sharply like this, give it some months and something terrible happens. A terrible event occurs, and it's been literally the indicator of all indicators. For 40 years, it has been accurate. When yields come down sharply like this, something is about to break. And why? Because high interest rates break stuff. Like banks, for example, get broken. Stuff in the economy falls apart. Some Ponzi scheme somewhere that we could have covered up with all the cheap money, this now rears its ugly head because cheap money is no longer. So that's two things I'd look at. But shorter term, a falling dollar is good for big tech, Microsoft, Netflix, these guys, Uber, collect lots of revenue in non-dollar countries in Asia, where I am. Guess where I am, guys? Can you tell by the view? I put it in the comments down below. In Europe in euros, and the Britain in sterling, and Canada and Canadian dollars, and all sorts of other monkey currencies that are out there. And when they convert them back to dollars, if the dollar is weak, they get more dollars for it. That means more revenue, more profit, better margins. So this strong dollar has actually really hurt these really international multinationals like Microsoft and Netflix and so on. And this is going to be good for them. So there's a silver lining here, and it's kind of going to keep pushing this big is beautiful forward. And look at, the Microsoft news with the Activision deal and so on. So I think that's still going to happen. I think the market's going to really enjoy rates not going up any further after this July hike. And then actually there'll be a conversation about, well, when is it going to come down? And the Fed's going to, use every trick in the toolbox that they have to make us believe rates won't come down till 2047 or something ludicrous. But of course they will at some point, because the economy is going to, what? At some point it will. At some point, people are running out of cheap, fresh cash that they got through COVID, and therefore things will get worse. But from a stock investor point of view, it's actually a pretty sweet setup. The only problem is that valuations are already super, super high and super stretched. So we need earnings to be, this round, probably just not terrible, will be good enough. But in the next quarter, we need earnings to really pick up and start matching the valuations that we have. If that doesn't happen, eventually this rally is going to come crashing down fairly hard. And you can, of course, hedge your portfolios and that sort of thing. And we teach that sort of stuff. We also are still celebrating this week 50,000 subscribers. A huge thank you for that. And as a thank you, Winston told me to put our level 2 stock investing course. It's called How to Build a 7-Figure Portfolio. Basically turns you into a portfolio manager. Be giving that away for like 99% off. So go to felixfriends.org/50k, felixfriends.org/50k. Take advantage of that and just learn and invest in your knowledge, which is what this is all about. And guess where I am? And let me know what you make of this. I think the stock market is looking pretty positive in the short term. That's kind of my view on it. But the higher we go, the harder the inevitable fall will be as well. So you have to always think ahead. How can we make money out of this? How can we trade this? A DXY trade today or 2 days ago when we got the sell signal, would have done beautifully. IWM, the Russell, gave us a beautiful buy signal 2 days ago. None of this is financial advice, and this is old news by now. But if you know what to look for, if you know the strategies to look for, then the market is a beautiful place, almost as beautiful as this fantastic fantastic view here behind me. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, and see you on the next one.